graveyard of the British roads. What tragic histories are remembered in these battered scraps of metal, memorials of death and bereavement, of maimed and crippled lives.
Well, what can you expect with cars speeding the way they do? Don't seem to stop for anything these days as long as they get there. Tearing over crossings, overtaking on corners.
They stop accidents while people are allowed to go jaywalking all over the streets the way they do.
There's them young chaps on motorcycles frightens me most. You can't let the kids out of your sight a minute.
What about the toddlers? I reckon the mothers ought to be ashamed of themselves, the way they let the kiddies play in the street.
And cyclists careering all over the place, 3 abreast as often as not. Never seem to signal.
And the lorries, 50 miles an hour. I've seen them go along this road, rattling along.
He'll come through all right, but he'll always be lame, I'm afraid. Walked out in front of a lorry. I wonder how many of you sitting there realize the number of street accident cases we have in our hospitals. It's really heartbreaking for us to see so many people crippled, mostly by carelessness. Every day of the year, about 400 people are injured on our roads, very many of them hospital cases. And every night, there are nearly 20 new road casualties in the mortuaries. Nearly 20 every night of the year. It's not really surprising when you look down into the streets. One of the ways in which we hope these casualties will be reduced is, of course, the replanning of some of our roads. I expect we shall see more arterial roads to take through traffic away from shopping streets and country lanes. We'll see many wider roads with better surfaces, separate cycle tracks and footpaths, and no more ribbon development. But these and all the other improvements that we need will take a long time to carry out. And in any case, the vast majority of accidents are due to carelessness. Look at them down there, risking everything to save a few seconds. They've got away with it dozens of times, and they think for some mysterious reason that an accident can never happen to them. But eventually it does. At the present rate, 1 person in every 6 in this country can expect to become a road casualty sometime in his or her life. Doctors see these tragedies at close quarters, and we do beg you, please, to take more care. Follow the rules of the highway code. They aren't just for motorists. They're a simple code of common sense and decent manners for everybody. Motorists, cyclists, pedestrians, lorry drivers, motorcyclists, everybody who uses the roads shares the responsibility for this terrible toll of accidents. You can take liberties like that with the rules for many years and perhaps get away with it. But one day, someone else may be taking a risk at the same time.
Here, Dad, we're going to be late.
22. Oh, we won't be late if Mum's ready.
Mom, come on.
Just ready.
Well, who's going to win today, son?
You just watch.
I'll see you flatten your back within the first 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah? You just watch.
Yes,
just
I'm
watch.
I'm watching.
Well, what's this one?
Oh, you want to fight? You want to box? You want to fight? Oh,
Hey, my teeth.
oh, I'm sorry, my darling.
Come on, hurry up.
Here, take these. Anyone would think we were off to a fire or something. The whole afternoon before us.
No, we haven't. It's dancing 2:30 and it's 1:45 now.
Well, now what are we waiting for?
Nothing, my love. Here we go.
Goodbye, my dear. Now, come along, Joyce. We shall be late.
Goodbye, dear. Do be careful. Goodbye, Mummy.
How are you, Mrs. Cripps?
Hello. What do you want, Ducky?
Well, what have you got?
Blimey. You're not buying flowers, Frank?
Oh, yes, I might do.
Oh.
I wanted something fresh with a bit of colour, you know.
These are lovely, they are. Fresh cut this morning.
Yeah, she's got some.
She? Oh, who's she?
Maybe he's quicker than me, yes. So I bet he doesn't get through my guard. What do you bet, Dad?
Yes, you drop it like you did last Saturday. You'll finish up with a bloody nose.
What a conversation, really.
That's nothing. He'll have all his front teeth smashed in and all his face smothered in...
Stop it, you little monster. Don't race, George, please.
Race? Have you ever seen me racing?
No, I mean, just be careful, that's all. You know I don't like going fast.
Fast? You don't call this fast.
What a hoe, speeding in this old can.
And what's the matter with it?
That's what I'd like to know.
Well, you know, I've been driving now for
19 years and I've never had an accident. Yet.
Well, I don't... You're an ungrateful pair of...
Never mind, darling. We know you're a good driver, really.
Dad's a jolly good driver, ain't he?
Ah, for that I thank you one and all.
Watch how you go now, Joyce. And mind when you get to the crossing. Go careful.
Righto, you'll be back early.
Try to.
Tell him you must.
Are we off for time?
10-2.
Tons of time, honestly.
No, we haven't, tons. I've got to change, man.
Oh, how could I see him? No, that really wasn't my fault. That car was parked right on the crossing. You get pinched for that. Look at that lot. No wonder kids get killed.
Jim, put that bun there. Don't you want any tea left?
Well, I'm hungry. Besides, I need building up. I've got a fight on my hands.
Well, keep your hands off that tea, see?
Not worth putting back now. You up?
Do with us, Jim.
Well, except me tummy.
Frank, dear. Is he... George.
Could you get a doctor, please?
George, quick. Jim's hurt. The glass is in his arm.
Don't touch it, son. Don't touch it.
It's all right, my darling. We're coming with you.
I'll get a taxi and follow right on, darling.
But, George, aren't you coming with us? You must.
Darling, I can't. I've got to see the police. I've got to see what's happening. I'll be there just as soon as you are.
George, dear, it wasn't your fault.
I saw the pedestrian run out into the road and stop for the cyclist. The cyclist swerved to miss him, and the car tried to cut in so as to avoid both of them. The car was going fast.
That's right, about 30.
That's
Too
right.
fast
Well,
anyway.
you'll probably
Now
be
look,
called as a witness. Now, sir, can you give me your account of what happened?
Why, yes, the road was perfectly clear 1 minute. I could have got by quite easily. And all of a sudden, this fella dashed straight out of here.
Dashed out in front.
Right in front of the cyclist. I braked as hard as I could. Tried to cut in on the inside.
Did you see him? Walk straight off the curb. Never looked.
That's just what I said in my statement. You can't blame no one anymore or anybody else. If they'd all been a bit more careful, I said, there wouldn't have been no accident.
Thank you, sir. Now, it's my duty to warn you that questions of proceeding against you for driving dangerously will have to be considered.
All right.
This fell out of the car. I expected yours.
Where are they?
Thank you, Doctor.
Look after her, sister. Mr. Gray?
Yes. How's the boy, Doctor?
I'm afraid the arm's very bad.
What does that mean?
Well, the glass cut right through the blood vessels, and the arm cannot be saved below that injury. I'm afraid I must ask your consent to amputate.
Well, I don't know what to say, really. Isn't there something?
I assure you, the arm cannot possibly be saved. Don't worry about the boy's life. He's very strong.
All right.
He's been very plucky, Mrs. Graham.
Do you know anything about the others yet, Doctor?
Yes, the young boy was killed instantly. Must have been instantly. The elder man's all right. A little shaken, that's all.
I see.
You look like a goner to me. There's always a cyclist mixed up in it somehow.
Yeah, shove a few motorists in jail, that'll learn them. What do they do? Find them a couple of quid. What the hell's the good of
What
finding
about the people step on front of the motorists?
You want to put more motorists into jail. That's what you want to do. Behind iron bars. That's the only way you want to learn them.